Hamish McLaughlin filling in for the Duke, who's good enough to just bugger off to Italy for a couple of weeks mid-season and leave us in his wake. Some sort of 40th turned into a 2-week junket there for the big Duke, so he can bugger off. Also, Bernard Vince is going to be in here. We speak to Scotty Waters down on the boundary, and also a version of the quiz. A nice one, nice serving.
My mail on you boys when you were over here for the rush hour a couple of weeks ago.
Yes.
You went off to bed at a reasonable hour. Our big round mate with not much hair and wanted to kick on and was looking for a partner. May have found a willing participant in Bernard's dad.
Yeah, he did.
And
that's exactly what happened.
Happened to
serious?
Yeah, went to the strip club, the Fern.
Jim,
that's exactly what happened.
Happened to drop this on the footy show, and Mrs. Bernard
wasn't aware.
Mrs. Vince, no idea, and old mate Mister not happy with Bill mentioning it on air, and got the sideways look, and she said, "You what?"
Certainly, that is a version of fruit having fallen not far from the tree, right underneath the branch.
Is that right? Maybe still on it.
Oh, exactly right. Now, I'll tell you what else we need to do is welcome this man into the room, Damo, because he is, of course, we've got a couple of favourites.
It's your favourite,
Adelaide Crows. We have little mad mate Sloane, Rosa, who is coming along nicely, but Bernard Vince has always been our favourite because we spoke to Shane Crawford about reptilian after-hours behaviour. Bernard, very capable of it, but also wonderful footballer, and it's nice to see you, Bern. Well, I think we're going to find that out during the course of this interview. How are you, Bern?
I'm very well, thanks, James.
What have you been up to? Last time I saw you, we were all in town for the Great Mates debate.
Yeah, that was a bit of an experience. Very funny night.
Were you involved with that?
What was that?
Were you involved as a debater?
Nah, I wasn't involved. I was just there watching. So I was actually involved in someone's speech. I won't say whose, but he is in this room. I was an example.
Threw him in.
As an example of someone as for a role model.
Funny,
well, it was you're either a role model in football or you're not. And I was on the other side of the argument, and it just fell in my lap that I looked down and there was Bernard, who at the start of the year had sat in a circle with his tadger out.
He didn't have his tadger out.
Oh, come on.
Bernard, did the tadge ever get a look?
I can't comment on that.
Starting to sweat up again, Jim. Man. Last time you used
run over you. I think I'm running late, so I have to almost run over him.
It up. Dripped him up.
Always seems to happen with you, Bernard. Are you worried about us bringing something up? Is that
always a little bit, but no, I've had to run over you. I always think I'm running late for these things, and I'm getting calls from the media guy, and I'll get in, I sit down, and I'm just a little bit sweaty. You know?
Speaking about worried about bringing stuff up, our man Paul.
I didn't think you were going to go here.
I want to talk how he's. I want to talk about how he's playing because he has got enormous ability to the point where on that famous night, of course, he was in the All Australian squad. But he also he was injured very soon the next season, and is he back to where we know he can get to? And is he ever going to be back to that, do you reckon?
Yeah, I think looking back, I think Porps will be the first one to admit he hasn't had the best first half of the year, but he's got such talent. He's so clean over the footy, and he loves teaching the young guys coming through. So he gives a lot more than just what you see on field. So he certainly. I reckon he'd be disappointed so far with his season, but I reckon he could. If anyone can turn it around, it's him.
No trauma that he's carrying around. Is there? Nothing's happened in his life that sort of has him.
Well, I'll let James talk about that. I don't know. I couldn't believe what was coming out of his mouth that night.
Hey, Porpoise. or yours.
I think it was you.
No, it was
I think very strong memory of your own involvement there, Bernard. What about big Benny Rutten's the other one I want to talk to you about, because as Gaz always says, we only watch the interstate teams sparingly, and we don't get to know the individuals outside of a couple who we gravitate to, and the big truck we don't know very well. What sort of a unit is he? And you must love running down the race with him, because those big defenders who never get beaten are great blokes to have in your team.
Nah, he's a great defender. He's just so reliable. You can rely on him to beat his opponent every week, and he's pretty careful. Like outside of footy, he's pretty careful with his money truck.
Is
if
he?
you ever need a deal done, he's always knows someone, because he a blade of grass. He counts how many he gets when he buys grass.
What's he into? What's he sort of?
He got a cubby house built by my housemate, and he was arguing about price. And he gets fences done and pools at cheap prices. He knows all the club sponsors and player sponsors. And if you ever need anything done, you don't worry about going to see the club. You see Truck. He's seen him before.
Damo, this is the sort of info that Bernard brings for us. Now, I need to speak to you about...
This is where I was worried you were going.
I need to speak to you about your old man. Because we finished the Great Mates debate, and I, as I like to do, home nice and early, but our great fat mate Bill Brownless headed out into the night, and he seemed to have a willing companion in your old man. Is this true or not?
Well, I did hear a bit of a rumour. Dad will be listening, actually. He's just finished on the tractor. He's on his way down, so...
Is he with Mum? Because we'll stop right now. If
Mum's at home. She's not coming down, so she might just have the TV flicked on, so we can be pretty honest here.
I believe that your mum might have been watching the footy show when Bill Brownless mentioned that he ended up with Mr. Bernard.
Well, I think there was mention of the firm as well, which I don't think Mum understood what that was, and I think Dad did say it was just a quiet pub in the city, which isn't a lie. You can get a drink there too.
And Bern, what people don't realise is that the cricket club that you play for, that you were not able to play for this year, but won the flag again, your old man and you have played together in that team for years.
Yeah, played in Dad captained the team for the first 6 of them, and we hadn't actually won one for 54 years, so it was a fair effort, and we're up to 9 now, so... And the celebrations just keep getting better and better.
What's the old man's name?
Tim.
What did Timbo do? Was he quick? Was he a batsman?
Nah, he wasn't quick. That's the total opposite. He's slow in everything he does. He sat at first slip and rarely bowled and batted number 10. So.
The Mike really. That's it. Yeah.
Just wanted to get out of the house, I think.
He was the oldest by about 20 years, but inspirational leader.
Hey, and I'll tell you who else was at that night the other night was Big Johnny Butcher. Yeah. There's a different cat.
Yeah, I don't know Butch too well, but he's got an interesting haircut, hasn't he? He's got a fair bit happening there, but...
How is the relationship with the Port boys, given that, over the journey it's been interesting?
It has been a few incidences, but my sister actually goes out with one of the Port boys.
No, please, don't.
Should I mention?
Come on.
Who's your sister?
Paul Stewart.
Oh, poor old Stewie. Jim. Come on, Stewie.
Different sister.
So you see a bit of Paul Stewart. So, but I mean, not that you go out these days much anyway, but you seem to get it.
Well, through him, I've met a few other guys. Played international rules with Robbie Gray, and get on quite well with a few of the guys. So. No, there's no riff there with myself, but a lot of other guys try and keep their distance from them, seeing their opposition. But I get on with them well. Had a few beers with Chad last weekend, actually.
And talk about mentoring as well, because the Adelaide Footy Club been around now for quite a while, and I know that one of your mentors is, of course, the great Mark Rasciuto. A man also capable of misbehaving, Bernard. So when he does the mentoring work, does he tend to talk more about what happens on the field, or does he give you a bit of off-field guidance?
It's actually neither. We just catch up for a beer normally. But he's been good for me, Roo. We're actually just bought into a hotel together, and he's been awesome for me. So it's mainly on the field we talk, because he's got to make sure his own backyard's clean first.
Exactly. That would be hotel number 27 for the big Rasciuto, I reckon. He has an empire.
He's got them all over the place. Right?
Owns Port Lincoln.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, he does. Now that fun's a big focus around the club, Bernard, where does Mark Bickley fit in?
I'll tell you what, Vix comes up with some amazing stats. He's good with numbers. He should have been an accountant. But
that would suit.
And because he's a real boring bastard. Let's be honest.
He's not too bad. He's worked hard in that area of his life.
Personality.
Trying to make himself more interesting, has he?
He needs a little bit more work too, I think. He's good.
All right, Bern. Well, next week you're back, which will be good. What are you doing next week? You got to buy next week?
No, we got the North Melbourne next week, mate.
Oh, that's us. Okay. So bad luck
with the drill there, Jim?
No, I'm not. I'm just taking it 1 week at a time, Chief.
Any more duties for you tonight, Bernard? Are you Channel 7?
A little job in the box tonight. So taking a few stats down and might learn a thing or two in
there. Which stats in particular?
I'm not sure yet, but I've got to get drilled about that. But I've got to catch up with Bales in a sec. So.
Gone a bit high and tight with the shag too, Bernard. Are you any reason?
Yeah, I had
for
a bit of a cut this week, mate. Just shorten it up.
All right.
I had a lot of running this week, so I need to be as light as I can.
Very nice to see you. Good luck with everything that's coming up.
No worries.
Bernie
Thanks,
Vince,
guys.
absolute favourite of Triple M footy.